We're going into a crybaby here. Just for like, again, we'll have to separate what's going to be mono and what's going to be stereo.
Yeah.
I suppose. So this is just like the mono wah that I'm using. But it's interesting for like something like Broken Bells or something, the solo in that. So it'd be, kind of starting here.
Yeah.
With that solo section. It's in C. So. And then here we can, because the solo is we stereoed it in the studio. So
yeah.
To be able to have that effect, this wah pedal, this Dunlop, is actually a stereo wah. So it moves the guitar signal from left to right as it's decompressed and
how
compressed.
Cool.
So you can hear it. I'm not sure it'll translate, but.
Jake, you win. That's the coolest rig ever to have that wah.
It's pretty good.
Go between them. Oh my God.
It's pretty good, and I think it's really quite effective for the audience too.
Right.
Because it's going off these huge PAs and.
God, and just to have that sweep from one end to the other.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that's great. I've never seen a wah or never heard a wah going.
No, that's something that we kind of
other
came
than like
up with.
in a studio pan left and right.
Yeah, that's something that we just sort of kind of came up with and thought would be interesting conceptually.
That's a great idea, man.
Yeah, so
okay,
we'll see.
Show me more.
So that's
cool stuff.
So the next sort of thing that we did as well, because we're working with a lot of sort of stereo things now in an interesting way. So there's still Holy Grails, like the Holy Grail pedals. They're great reverb.
Yeah.
So we were able to configure one to be stereo reverb. So you have the mono setting here, and you can kind of see how that's straight. But if we go to Grail 2, it becomes wider.
Right.
So it's huge, it's really wide stereo sound, so that really helps sort of separate it. It's cool.
Yeah.
You panning on
it.
That's cool. Yeah, they like it. All right.
Yeah.
So same with it. We have a POG that's been introduced.
Okay.
And so this is interesting for Built by Nations. Is something I use that for, and I kind of use it kind of throughout. So it's interesting. There's a bunch of different things going on here, but the cool thing about this rack system is the pedal board that we had.
Yeah.
I'd have to click maybe 3 or 4 to configure.
You were tap dancing.
Yeah. Exactly. So this is cool because now we can sort of combine any of these settings for anybody who's not familiar with this type of system. And for instance, there's a pedal that I can cover right now called a talkback, and I think Dan Electro makes it, and it's basically a reverse delay.
Yeah.
So it sounds like the guitar is going backwards, when in essence the delay is being shot backwards. So if you can hear it here. Is the talkback on? Is it talkback on? Yeah.
Whatever that is, it sounds great.
Right, so there's a couple of things too. Stereo with the POG, so there's a octaver, the POG.
Yeah.
But so here's the talkback. kind of a couple things going on there.
That is so great, man.
Yeah, it's
Well,
really cool. So there's the octave, there's the pog, you can kind of hear that, and then the talk back, which kind of starts it. It's like a reverse guitar.
Wow.
So it's pretty cool.
So, and it's all controlled by this, and you have presets for different, to give you different combinations.
Right, exactly. And so that's pretty much it. I mean, there aren't a ton of pedals that I'm using, just more configurations of pedals. There's two more. There's just a slapback, which we were also able to make stereo.
Yeah.
We were able to do a stereo slapback. We're just gonna hear it. Let's see. Here. Stereo slap. Over the whole thing.
Yeah.
Really cool. But it makes it so much wider. This sort of
Right. Well, and you've got to cover so much sonic space with this band because it's just, you know.
one guitar player.
Yeah, one guitar player, you know, bass and drums. Although your brother's carrying, Sam's
right.
carrying a lot of,
true.
he's covering a lot of ground too.
Yeah, absolutely.
But God, that sounds huge. So
Yeah.
we've photographed all your pedals back there, but
Cool.
basically, there's the Pog, there's the
It's pog.
Holy Grail.
Yep.
I don't know, a few other things.
Yeah, long delays.
We'll show a photo of it right now, maybe. It's up to these guys. They can do it.
There's a Mellotron pedal, Mel 9 too.
Oh,
that
yeah.
I could demonstrate.
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
I'd love to hear that.
That's,
yeah, please.
That's another really interesting one, and that's if anyone's sort of wondering what is happening in Triptolite Fantastic, there's a Mellotron going on, but it's not Sam on keys. It's actually the guitar with the Mel 9 pedal.
Because there's actually is a Mellotron
Yes,
over there. I
there
assumed
actually
that
is a real
was
one.
it.
Right, but it's actually this, so you can get the nuances of a Mellotron, but coming through a guitar.
Oh, cool. Let's hear it.
So it's kind of interesting. Strange, isn't it?
God, it's great.
It's kind of interesting. Yeah.